This video is going to tell you a bit about executive coaching, what to look for in a coach, and why should you even consider it. My favorite definition of coaching is by Philip Rosinski in 2003. He said that coaching is all about the art of facilitating to unleash a person's potential to attain meaningful goals. I think this really captures the essence of coaching. For one, it's an art. For two, it's bespoke to you, the coachee. It is about you, your goals, and your aspirations. There are lots of different types of coaching. You've got sports coaches, you've got fitness coaches, you've even got life coaches. The kind of coaching I do is called executive coaching. It's about you in the work context. However, I think everyone should and be able to bring their whole personality into work. So it will not be just about your business challenges, but it's about you in entirety. So what should you look for in a coach? Well, there are many criteria that you can consider, and I'm going to talk about 4 of them. The first one is about the professional body that the coach is aligned with or has been accredited by. Now, this is a good way of judging the kind of ethics that the coach would be subscribing to. For instance, I subscribe to the International Coach Federation. I'm a member, and I'm also getting certified by them. So that's the kind of ethics. And if you go into their website, you can get a sense of what are the ethics and guidelines that I would be subscribing to. And there are other such professional bodies as well. The second thing to think about is qualifications. Now, many people have different views about qualifications, and there is no right or wrong, but I will give you my perspective. I have been coaching for about a couple of decades. However, for a large portion of this, I was not qualified. I did my professional qualification certification a few years back. But when I did, I encountered a very subtle but fundamental change. That changed the way I coach, and the coach I am is now defined after I did my professional certification. So you can see that I'm a firm fan of education and further continuous development. In fact, I'm continuing my educational journey in coaching, and I suspect I'll carry on doing so for the rest of my life. The third thing to think about is experience. Again, different people have different perspectives on this. Now, some people might find it much more reassuring to be with a coach who understands the context that they are coming from, whether it's the organizational context, or it's the cultural background, or it's the industry that they're coming from. Again, for instance, I have worked across 3 industries: airlines, telecommunications, and utilities. I've also worked across 84 different countries and have a very wide cross-cultural understanding of international working. And I worked at senior management level across the board as well. So if that's the kind of person you are, you might find it much more easier to connect with me as a coach. However, technically, it is not necessary for a coach to really understand the cultural background or even the industry or organizational context you come from. In fact, at times, it might be easier for them not to have a background of that, and they might be able to challenge you in a different way. However, I understand that this is up to individual preferences. But my 4th and final tip, and in fact, this is my top tip for you, is the most important criteria for you while selecting a coach has to be the chemistry you have with them. Can you really trust them? Can you absolutely be open with them? Can you be open to them challenging you and stretching you further? Coaching is a really meaningful journey that you're going to be undertaking. It is a partnership that you will undertake with an individual. And can they work with you? Can they work with your team? Can they work with your organization? That, I think, is the most important consideration you should make. So why undertake executive coaching at all? Well, if you are interested in setting yourself a really strong goal, let's say about a fitness goal, like running a marathon or doing a triathlon, you're likely to take on a personal trainer. Similarly, if you're stretching yourself quite a bit on the health side, for example, you might want to have a nutritionist or a physiotherapist or a fitness specialist actually be advising you and partnering with you to achieve your goals. So why not in a business context? If you're undergoing a lot of change at work, or you're trying to drive a lot of transformation at work, you're going through some challenges at work, you're trying to change the culture, or you are actually wondering what you want to do going forward, this is the time for you to think about partnering with an executive coach who could work with you, work around your goals, work with your personality, and really co-create as a joint team what you want to do in terms of the future. Coaching can be helpful for a myriad of reasons and challenges. Whether you want to unleash your creativity, unblock obstacles that you might have, think about burnout and work-life balance. Think about your career. Think about how to build a really high-performing team. There are lots of different reasons that you might want to consider a coach. I hope that's been helpful and has given you a little bit of an insight on what executive coaching is all about. If you'd like to know more or ask me any questions, please get in touch with me on www.priyahunt.com.